Zeta Capital will finally let you trade high frequency style like the billionaires on Wall Street and even get you into the venture capital opportunities not afforded to the little guy. Wow, the caped crusaders of DeFi, huh? More like Zeta Capital, $23 million fraudulent Ponzi scheme promising the world to investors but delivering less than a pebble from the beach. More like Zeta Capital founders and insiders could have potentially profited millions of dollars off of the backs of their investors, over $23 million worth of deposits in a copy and paste Ponzi scheme that is almost identical to a fraud and Ponzi that happened in 2022? More like Zeta Capital founders literally pulled the same move a second time after their first scam collapsed and they profited millions from unsuspecting investors of a Ponzi scheme. Entering stage left, Phoenix Fire Capital, better known as Phoenix Community Capital. Zeta Capital reviews have been mixed, to say the least, but let their team tell it, and Zeta Crypto, or Zeta Capital, could be primed to explode in the next crypto bull market. But there are a few things that I did find in my research on one of the next big potential CoffeeZilla features that I wanted to show you before you buy into the fairy tale of early retirement at Zeta. I do this to help people, but I must admit, I don't know how many of the already invested people I can really help on this one, and for that, I am very sorry, everyone. But what I can do is stop the unsuspecting future victims of falling into the deposit trap of this Ponzi with no ability to withdraw anything as of now. And yes, you heard that right. You can't withdraw any of your funds now. But before I show you my research, obviously, make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. Boom! Bang on that notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I appreciate it. Now, let's go dive into the deep, dark Ponzi waters of Zeta Capital and see what we can uncover. Zeta Capital is a DeFi project that aims to bring high-frequency trading systems, venture capital, and a bunch of other rigmarole nonsense stuff to the DeFi markets. Like many other projects, they are in the business of convincing investors to buy their token, and now they've pivoted to buy our service. In Zeta's case, they want you to buy the Zeta token. And yeah, we know, for all the finger sword wielding keyboard warriors in the comments section, they're pivoting to USDC only though during the Great Migration. To do this, they're offering exclusive financial opportunities to those who buy a certain amount of their tokens. It's a pool party, everyone. Yes, they offer exclusive access to exclusive pools. Seen it all before, moving on. As it used to be before they forced pivoted and turned off all withdrawals. What? Nothing. When you purchased 10 Zeta tokens, you can build a zone that earns you 0.1 Zeta tokens a day. That sounds like literally fake nodes all over again. Strongblock, Thor, anybody? When you own enough zones, you can get access to certain elite traditional finance services that are usually only afforded to the ultra rich in TradeFi markets. Weird. With your $500 to $1,000. Makes sense. Services that don't exist and partners that have literally denied having any involvement with the project. More to come on that in just a bit. Quick, name one venture capital opportunity any of you have participated in brought to you by Zeta Capital. I'll wait. For example, 25 zones get you the blue chip equity service. Yes! 50 zones get you access to private equity opportunities. Oh man, where do I sign? Give me a pen. And 75 zone gets you access to the coveted high frequency trading HFT service. I'm officially sold. Please give me access to that. Sounds so exclusive. I want to be cool too. As you might guess, each zone has a different ROI and different potential upside. Fees on Zeta are a bit unclear because all of the links to their white paper send you to a 404 error screen on zetablack.com. Probably because they spun up a new site to detour would-be fudders like me. Obviously, this is a bit mysterious, wouldn't you say? But going off a screenshot that I got off the Critical Complex YouTube channel, you can get an idea of the Zeta fee structure. As you can see, the Zeta fees break down at the bottom are about $40 per week, $175 per month, and $2,100 per year. That is, if you are investing in 5 zones at $3,229 USD initially, with the expectation that your initial investment would grow to $11,785.59 in a year. Now, if that sounds appealing to you, man, do I have an offer. I have some Pablo Picasso originals that I might be willing to sell to you. And naturally, in the spirit of giving, I have some oceanfront property in Idaho for you. Hit me up. I'll let you have them for an 80% discount just because you're a subscriber. Now, on a serious note, Zeta allows users to then stake their Zeta tokens and earn passive rewards, paying them in USDC, so they never have to sell their tokens. And now they've pivoted all the way away from the Zeta token because that never worked out for anyone. Does this sound familiar? This sounds exactly like all the fake node projects and Ponzi's that I literally called out back in 2022, but out of the ashes rose the phoenix for some people. And that phoenix was Wolfer Finance, a company that actually knows what masternodes are and validator nodes. You know, the things that run the blockchains and store everything from day one so that they can be tracked on the ledger. Yeah, Wolfer Finance actually does that. And we do it on all of the top blockchains that you've already heard of. Ethereum, FTM, Flux, Avalanche. We have a potential Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin mining arm coming out in the future, and we're offering a regulatory compliant offering called a crowdfunding opportunity on Acamona.com in just a couple of weeks. So pay attention for that if you want to actually invest in something legit. And let's hear another thing about Wolfer Finance. It owns a 10% equity position in a revolutionary wallet transaction security software called PreSend that stops cross-chain transaction losses dead in their tracks from ever happening. Think about sending USDC from a Polygon wallet to an Ethereum wallet. You potentially just lost all your money. Or think about sending Binance coin from your wallet to a Coinbase exchange wallet. You definitely just lost your money. But with PreSend, that does not happen. And we filed and have a pending patent on it, and we will be looking to license it out to all of the large players in the game. The MetaMask, Trust Wallets, Braves, Operas, Ledgers, and Trezors of the world. And all of the large centralized exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, and Crypto.com, Kraken, and KuCoin. And guess what else? PreSend also has a regulated offering coming in the coming weeks where you can claim a digital security token and invest via USDC on Polygon or ETH. So feel free to take your USDC, if you can ever get it back, out of Zeta and put it into something legit that actually has upside, that's regulatory compliant, and will probably be here for the next 10 to 20 years, something that you can count on. But with that being said, let's get back to Zeta, because the Zeta founders believe that their project is a great way to earn passive income while holding onto your tokens. How do they return yield? Well, they say that they do high frequency trading, real world businesses, venture capital investments, real estate, all of the already said things from every other project that did literally none of it, but they provide literally zero proof of any of this, just the same modus operandum, or MO, as Phoenix in 2022, saying the same things, proving none of it, scamming people, and then plummeting into oblivion, same different toilet. Moving on to partnerships. There are none. Zeta Capital has not disclosed any partnerships on their website or social media accounts, although they do allude to, and I quote, regulated trading partners utilize high-frequency trading. Woo! Yeah. Okay, this sounds a lot like Phoenix Fire Capital or Phoenix Community Capital, as you probably know it now, which I absolutely demolished in 2022, and it turned out to be a 100% scam and Ponzi/rug that some of the founders of this Zeta project made over $1 million a piece from, might I add. And yeah, I'm talking to you, Gavin Minty and Showtime 2KX. The founder himself of Zeta, Gavin, was the self-proclaimed COO of Phoenix. Weird. And made almost 1.1 million profit from a $125,000 investment after being gifted 1,000 Phoenix tokens by the ringleader, Eric, the CEO. Thanks, Eric. Oh yeah, and riddle me this. They even used the same code in Phoenix Fire Capital as Ring Financial. Weird. Another very well-known rug and Ponzi, and these guys couldn't even be bothered to change the code. The other guy from Twitter, Showtime 2KX, he also made like 1.2 million from a $100,000 investment before Phoenix imploded back in 2022. He was the investor representative. Good representation, brother. I'm sure everybody appreciated that. Don't believe me? Check the screenshot, pause the video if you need to, and go check the block explorer, because that does not lie. Then they carbon copied over at Zeta the model of Phoenix Fire Capital. Instead of naming it nodes or nests, as they called it in Phoenix, they call them zones with an X. How catchy. With a few key differences, but the principles are the same. Then guess what happened? Drum roll, please. Once outflows, paying people their profits came within $1 million of the inflows, all the poor saps that invested their money, they shut down withdrawals. I repeat, shut down withdrawals. You cannot take your money out. But they kept deposits on. This is like, you can't write this. Looks like they need a fresh batch of liquidity before they pay people out again. Sorry guys, that sucks. This is how Ponzi schemes work though. They even went as far as to say they were going to do an audit of their financials and an IPO in earlier 2023. Those obviously never came. And anyone asking about them gets banned or refunded immediately. One thing I can agree with them on, at least they're refunding people their money, but they're not doing that now because there's no money to refund. Then they literally told everybody within 15 minutes of the IPO announcement that they posted, you know, the IPO that never came to fruition, to put their money into the new exclusive pools because the IPO news was so bullish. Come on. This is con artistry 101. Keep the money in the protocol. Keep everyone on the hamster wheel, chasing things that they will never catch. Then once those things disappear or time runs out, come up with a new thing to have them chase. It's very effective. I mean, they even forged documents that IFS Currency Group was holding and investing funds for them or something along those lines. Then IFS actually refuted that in an email and confirmed the forgery in a leaked document. This is good stuff. They did the same thing with Delage, pledging $250,000, and then Delage confirmed they never deposited a single cent. And again, another leaked document. I mean, they literally write my content for me. Once you shine lights on cockroaches, they scatter, and Zeta is probably in for a rude awakening soon, especially once the feds get wind of all of their close ties to the Phoenix Fire Capital Ponzi and potentially fraudulent claims that they made in both companies, and that comes to the light. What else did they potentially lie about? Nexus. Check the screenshot. Zeta being brokers. Check the screenshot. Go see this stuff for yourself. They even go as far to say they have never sold tokens. Well, look at the addresses on the multi-sig and then see how much they've sold. Take those addresses because those are the project founder addresses. Otherwise, why would they be on the multi-sig? Weird. The answer is 97% of the tokens that they've ever got. I thought you guys didn't sell any tokens. Pause the video, check my claims, look at the addresses, look at the blockchain. Then you tell me. Fun fact, the buy and sell taxes are both unknown and editable inside of the contract, and a honeypot risk where Zeta can be suspended trading. Okay. During the suspension, the token can be bought or sold, if you didn't know what that meant. What is this? Robinhood during the GameStop short squeeze? These attention items, along with the fact that 99.94% of Zeta is held by just 10 wallets, will give investors some serious goosebumps on their proverbial skin. Look at the Zeta chart. You can see that back in late June, early July of 2023, the price suddenly spiked 1,143% before crashing back down immediately and going even lower. Pump and dump, anyone? Looks a lot like the Phoenix Fire token chart. Finally, let's review the team behind Zeta. I know you guys have been waiting for that. Strap in. I had to take screenshots from the YouTube channel Stupid DeFi, and that's legitimately their channel name. I'm not calling them Stupid DeFi because the Zeta website was not showing any of the navigation tabs. I guess they're spending so much time developing and maintaining their high-frequency trading servers and algorithms that they don't even have time to perform minor upkeep on their own main website. Hey, you gotta respect the grind, right? The team is led by CEO Gavin Minty. Gavin is a U.S. Marine Corps and Operation Enduring Freedom veteran. We appreciate you for that. He says that he brings a unique understanding of TradeFi and DeFi and a specialty in cultivating and fostering relationships internally and externally to ensure maximum interoperability with the Zeta sphere. As a 16-year technology professional, Gavin Minty has worked globally in the US, Germany, Japan, and various nations in the MENA region. But they forgot to mention that he was the COO, self-proclaimed of course, of Phoenix Fire Capital. Phoenix Financial, their token was Fire, was a huge Ponzi scheme. Okay, so a pretty interesting guy. Seems really well qualified, right? Then there is a founder and CMO, Brett Robinson, who apparently knows marketing and project execution like few do. And he brings that combination of skills to Zeta Capital. none other. Screw JP Morgan, we'll do it for Zeta. Brent has worked with multinational corporations, small businesses, and global nonprofits for over 25 years, deploying innumerable web launches, marketing, capital, and advertising campaigns. He brings real-world project development and production objectivity to the DeFi space. Brent executes with a track record to prove it. These are not my words, obviously. These are the words from the bios on one of their many deleted pages. So seriously, don't take this serious. These guys are all poop stains on the proverbial DeFi cloth. Try and find their LinkedIns and corroborate anything they claim. They don't exist, and they won't. Ruh-roh. And that brings us to Showtime 2KX, who is a founder and CCO, a serial entrepreneur with an unquenchable interest in IT, a love for Christ, and a heart for people. Showtime 2KX has managed many enterprises. With formal education, training, and 15 plus years of experience in information technology, the concept of melding technology and entrepreneurship in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space is natural for this guy. Transparency and clear communication are guiding principles that serve him well as we build the Zeta community, and a project that can change how people view the TradeFi/DeFi space. Now, Showtime 2KX, as he is known on Twitter, or X, has 21.1k subs, I guess they're called followers, and looks to have been active in the crypto space for a while. He has been a huge advocate of Zeta, but was also a huge advocate of, ding ding ding, you got it, Phoenix Financial, the token FIRE, which was a huge Ponzi scheme that basically rogued in 2022 that I warned you about a year ago. Woo! Imagine that. The Phoenix FIRE Capital token went up to around $700 per token at its peak, but is now hovering at 20 cents with $0 of liquidity volume. Surprise, surprise. Both have Showtime X as a cheerleader, and both projects are on the Avalanche C chain. So there is a risk here that the same group that ran the Phoenix Financial Ponzi is now having to spin up Zeta to fund their legal cases that could potentially be coming from Phoenix, right? I mean, do I need to say any more? I'll gladly go deeper, but I'm pretty sure that everybody probably gets the point here. I don't really think I need to CoffeeZilla the heck out of this and wrap it up with a friggin' bow on it in order for you to know exactly what's really going on here. Deposits are on, withdrawals are off. Why on earth would you deposit? Would you take your money to a bank if they told you, yeah, but you can't take it out later? Like, nah. Seriously, make your own inferences, but I wouldn't touch this thing with my brother's money and blame it on my buddy Devin. Ask questions, get banned. FUD? Banned. Reasonable request? Banned. You see where I'm going with this. That is all I have for you in this video. But seriously, please everyone in this DeFi space and all these murky waters that we are treading, please be responsible, careful, and do some due diligence. With that being said, if you like content like this, obviously, make sure that you smash that like button, make sure you hit subscribe, boom, bang on that notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for showing up to this video. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, everyone.